How we doing, team? Fraser here from Your Performance, where we teach you the principles to perform better at life, leisure and sport. We're going to go through some more snatch and clean and jerk drills just to help with our body position this time, now that we know how to set our hands and our shoulders and our elbows to make sure that we get a nice clean finish on our pulls for both Olympic lifts. So what we're going to do now is talk about our proper trunk alignment. So we've got our shoulders set, so we're going to roll forward, roll back, find a midpoint, so that way as we shrug, that shoulders should come up to the earlobe, and that way we're nice and tall and balanced at the top of our pull. What we then also need to do is make sure that our leg drive and our hip positioning is nice and complete at the top of that pull. That can come down to how we orientate our hips as well. So sometimes people will go into a bit more of a duck bum position where they'll keep that chest open and then their hips will be tilted forward. This is more akin to sprinting or horizontal force displacement. What we want to try and do is make sure that we're moving more vertically. So what we don't want to do is to then shift too much the opposite direction, going more of a posterior tilt, so tucking the tailbone right under. You can see that the hips go into this sort of hyperextended position, but we're not really being able to fully extend those knees from here. So what we need to do is find a midpoint. So we can do the same drill like we do with our shoulders. So we can tip our hips as far forward as we can, tip our tailbone under, back the other way as far as we can, and then find a midpoint. The tricky thing from here is being able to hold that tension that we're now generating with our abdominal muscles and our glutes most likely, and even our adductors, to then be able to sit into the top or our power position. So being able to just control, so tip, tuck, hold the midpoint, and then be able to just get into our power position is our really essential first step. From here, being able to control that same tension as we go down to the top of our knees, and then being able to come up, and we should be able to then translate that into a push, and then finish with a nice shrug from that position too. Working from the floor then further will be more challenging as well, so just be mindful and work your way through those positions, maintaining that tension where we can. And that allows us to create a nice stiff trunk, which then allows us to then transfer that leg drive from that vertical pressure downwards into nice barbell momentum going vertically. Alright. So have a try with that hip positioning drill. So tip forward, tuck under, find a midpoint, and then work through your different positions in your pulls. Even go with a broomstick first before going to barbell, but then barbell to then move on to your heavier weights or all your weight. Have a try that drill. Let me know how it helps you perform better.